Game 6 of this first round series and a chance to win 4 in a row. I guess sort of what everyone was expecting with a sweep, and beat the LA Kings in 6 games to advance to round 2 and face the Vegas Golden Knights. And we can do it on home ice. We've beaten the LA Kings every opportunity we've gotten to close them out. Let's just do it again. If Los Angeles loses a 2-0 series lead against the Edmonton Oilers and is eliminated by them for the 4th consecutive year in a row, this team doesn't deserve to make the playoffs anymore. If you're going to make the playoffs this many years in a row, you deserve to win a first round series. Look at that score! What a goal! Fiala finds Byfield, he streaks down the middle, and beautiful move there. They're up 1-0. Solid start there from Los Angeles. Well, this is not the start I was expecting, but you know what? This team's been resilient all year long. Let's just get the next goal, and we can easily still win this game. And we do get the next goal. Adam Henrique, that is not going to be challenged. That is a good goal, and it goes right past Kemper, and it's a 1-1 game just like that right after the LA Kings goal. You gotta be kidding me. We need to make a stop there. And we score! We're back in front. Brant Clark, beautiful shot up in the top corner, and the Kings have made this a 2-1 lead. Okay, that was not what I was expecting. We tied it for 30 seconds and they got the lead back. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, as long as we calm this game down and we are able to get the next goal, we should be able to get back in front. Would you look at that, Nugent Hopkins on the power play from Leon Draisaitl. The power play is still clicking. The Edmonton Oilers have tied this game up 2 apiece. We haven't even reached the 6-minute mark of this game and it's 2 apiece. Well, I think by the end of this game it could be like 10-10 going into overtime. But dang it, we need to hold this power play in check. We cannot keep on giving them power play goals. And would you look at that? It's now 3-2 Oilers. Yes, let's go! Beautiful tip in front from Hyman. Puts it past Kemper. He had no idea where that puck was going. And it is 3-2 Oilers at the end of the first period. That was not the start we were hoping for, but we overcome 2 separate deficits. We now lead. We're 40 minutes away from putting the Kings to bed yet again in round 1. You know, we had a lead 1-0. We had a lead 2-1. Why can't this team hold on to freaking leads? They need to start holding on to leads. But you know what? It's a 1-goal game. This one's been really back and forth. So as long as we get the next goal, I feel like this team could still have a shot to get back in this game and still send it to 7. In front, score! Darnell Nurse. My goodness, what a play. Activates, gets right in front of the net, puts it home past Kemper. We're up 4-2 with only 5 minutes to go in the second period. That might be the dagger. And it's 5-2. Net front presence, the in-season trade deadline acquisition. Trent Frederick makes this 5-2. We have a 3-goal lead with only 23 minutes left in this game. Like, come on, Los Angeles. I'm expecting better. And we just look at that, we get one. Okay, Jordan Spence with a couple of minutes left in the second period. It's a 2-goal game. It's not insurmountable, but I still don't like our chances entering the third period. We have a 5-3 lead. We scored 4 straight before the Kings did score at the end of the second, but we have a shot to put this game and this series to bed. Just don't have a huge monumental collapse, and we should be able to do that. Kopitar scores with the goalie pull. It's 5-4. Maybe there's a miracle left. Maybe we can tie the thing at 5 and send it to overtime. We're not blowing this lead, right? We are not the Los Angeles Kings. And would you look at that? Empty netter, 2 seconds left. Connor Brown puts the series to bed. 6-4 victory on home ice. And while the defense was not overly great in this game either, we find a way to win. Heading to round 2 again, and once again, a matchup with the Vegas Golden Knights. And this time, it's gonna be different. Like, come on, man. Like, there's nothing for me to say. This Kings team choked, and they choked big time. They had leads in each of the first 4 games entering the third period. They had a lead in game 5. They scored the first goal. They had 2 leads at the beginning of this game. Like, they just could not hold on to leads. There's nothing about it. Kemper was brilliant in game 5. They couldn't find offense. Just everything that could have gone wrong for this team went wrong. Had they not blown leads in game 3 and 4, this could have easily been a sweep for the Kings. There's just no excuse anymore. I want Jim Hiller fired. I want GM Rod Blake fired. I want like the entire front office fired. And I don't know what you're gonna do to this roster. Like add top for the defensemen. Like this team scored a whole bunch of goals. Kemper wasn't even the problem. Like this team's going through a lot of changes this offseason, because at some point we're going to have to make the second round. Making the playoffs is fine, dandy, and everything, but we haven't won a playoff series since we went to the Cup final 11 years ago. So we get the Edmonton Oilers again. You know what? 2 years ago, we beat the Edmonton Oilers en route to the Stanley Cup final. I have a feeling we're about to do it again, and we have never lost in round 2. So given that fact, we should be able to cruise past the Oilers. It's going to be a difficult series, but I feel like we are going to be able to go to yet another conference final. You know, as much as the Kings have it bad, we have it worse. I mean, we've made the playoffs 8 of the last 10 years and haven't gone out of the first round. Like, that is embarrassing. We're the only team of the 4 major US sports leagues to have done this. Like, we stink. And I know we had the Parise and Suter buyouts, but at some point, something's got to give. At some point, we have to win a first round series. Man, I missed the chance to make fun of the Oilers getting eliminated in round 1. Kings, you had one chance. Okay, I know this isn't very good, but I'm going to be rooting for the Vegas Golden Knights. Knights, take out the Edmonton Oilers. I would not want to see them get to yet another conference final. So I know this pains me to say this, but go Vegas. You know, I'm still very angry at the Golden Knights for kicking us out during the bubble playoffs, and I'm still very angry at the Edmonton Oilers for kicking us out last year. So can the asteroid hit in this series? I really don't want to see either team go through to the conference final. And when you look at that, we win 4 unanswered third period goals, and we send it to 7 against the Dallas Stars. Now, of course, Jared Bardnar and the Avalanche's records in Game 7 is awful, and Pierre DeBoer's record in Game 7 is fantastic, but we still have a shot to go and advance to round 2, maybe play the Winnipeg Jets again. At that point, I think it'd be safe to say we'd be able to get a conference final, but we need to win Game 7. And we had a chance to put that series to bed. We came back in the second period, one of the best second periods, ran in and Hintz clicked on all cylinders, but we couldn't put this series to bed. Now, of course, I'm not scared. We have Game 7 on home ice with Pierre DeBoer as head coach, but given the fact that this Avalanche team worked their way back into the series, I wouldn't be surprised if the Avalanche made that game difficult. Would you look at that? The Ducks are still the last team to beat the Edmonton Oilers in the playoffs, all the way back in 2017. And you know what? Next year when we get into the playoffs, the Edmonton Oilers clinch the top spot in the Pacific. We get a wildcard spot. We play them in the first round. We're going to be able to show that California is better than Alberta by beating the Edmonton Oilers, showing LA and San Jose how to beat the Edmonton Oilers. I cannot wait to make the playoffs next year and see playoff hockey as a Utah fan. And you know what? It'd be quite embarrassing if we could win a playoff series in just our second season in Utah before the LA Kings or the Minnesota Wild win. Like, that would be quite embarrassing. You know what? At this point, I'm a loss for words. Like, this Kings team had so many chances to put away the Edmonton Oilers and could not. It's back to the drawing board, and I expect major changes for this Los Angeles team before the start of next season. And if we get the Oilers again next year in the playoffs, like, I don't know. I don't know anymore.